And joining me on the broadcast for a special analysis is Brics Vice Chairman of Brics Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Sameep Shastri. Thank you so much, Mr. Shastri, for waiting for us to get back to you. But thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much for having me, and such a pleasure to be on NDTV always. Thank you for inviting me.
Mr. Shastri, my first and foremost question to you will be, how do you see India's role at BRICS Summit? How crucial it is for India to make its voice heard at the international level?
With the times, the global south is a debatable topic now. And India plays a very vital role if you primarily look at it, not just in terms of the development in economies that we are seeing. We become the third largest. And on top of that, in terms of population. So our voices should be heard. And our Honorable Prime Minister for over a decade has just been doing that. We have increased our global presence drastically. And BRICS is a very, very strong platform which has gained importance across the world. People have started recognizing. And as India would be chairing next year, it is very, very important for us because that will help us motivate our builders, entrepreneurs to trade better with BRICS Plus nations. Now we are a pool of 10 nations and plus partnering countries. So it is a big opportunity where we have 45% plus world to cater to just within BRICS Plus. So I feel that India will play a very, very important role where our Honorable Prime Minister will give us the guidelines in the declaration, how we have to function further and how the trade has to improve between BRICS Plus nations and how we have to trade within local currencies and increase the power of rupee to become a billion for a trillion economy, as he's always said.
Right, Mr. Shastri, before I, ask you on US and Donald Trump, India has been advocating for a multipolar world to exist. How do you think the BRICS Summit can achieve that agenda?
I think it's high time that a multipolar world is required, right? Because developing nations' voice or underdeveloped nations' voices were never heard. It was more like an autocratic system which was dictated by the Western world. Whereas if you look at the population, if you look at the resources, if you look at the manufacturing, everything is being supplied to the Western world, primarily from the Asian part. And unfortunately, we have been dictated for over more than 50 years, 60 years of how to govern, how to advocate, how to protect ourselves, how to stand for terrorism, how to do anything. I don't understand why the few countries have this perspective that they could be the big daddies. We are, a nation which is strong, independent, and we can take care of ourselves, which was rightly pointed out during our Pahalgam attack, that we don't need anyone's support and we will not tolerate any act of terrorism anywhere in the world.
When you said, the world does not need big daddies, I'm sure Donald Trump must have got hurt because he loves to being called a big daddy every now and then. Let's also talk about the tariffs that Trump is now trying to dictate the world, what is to be done. The BRICS Summit, the first initial draft that has come out, it also talks about that they condemn the tariffs that have been imposed by United States. How do you think BRICS will now echo this sentiment even further when the summit takes place and the other bilateral meetings happen?
I frankly don't understand the fear of our of Mr. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, because if you practically look at the aspect that he's against BRICS currency and de-dollarization, I think it started off way back, 20 years back, when they started supporting crypto. Crypto has been a parallel economy in their system and has been the effect of de-dollarization has already started 20 years back because of them. It is not because we are trading in local rupees. I don't know what the misconceptions are. But coming to the point that, today, when we are here, we want to make sure that, India gives the right perspective and we are able to raise the right issues. Unfortunately, China and Russia the state heads would not be representing. But then India will play that important role, I feel, to advocate, and we might see new partnering countries or member countries also joining in So hoping for the spectrum to become bigger and our voices to get louder, because there are more and more applications coming in to join Brics.
Absolutely. Mr. Sameep Shastri, it was lovely to have you on the broadcast. Thank you so much for bringing in that
Right.
interesting
Thank you so
perspective.
much.
Thank
Right.
you.